Hello and welcome to Hot Topics for Infant Development. I'm Angela Bergworth, registered ECE and through Community Resource Center, and we are here to provide you some great topics and some great insight on things that or issues that interest you as a parent of a young infant or an infant under 12 months. So today's topic is, how do you know if your child is ready for one nap? This information has been brought to you by Dr. Rebecca Kempton, MD. She is a pediatric sleep specialist, and she will, well, as I read the information, she will be the expert that's giving me the tips to share with you to ease 2 naps to 1 nap transition. All right. So how do we know the time is right? The average age for the transition to 1 nap is 15 months to 18 months. All too often, parents are starting or thinking that they should start at a year-old, and baby needs their development still. And if you think about the way daycare centers work, this transition to 1 nap a day doesn't usually happen until they get into the toddler room. So in the infant room, they can sleep as often as they want. And as they're about to approach the toddler room, that's when this kind of natural process, and they do need to be old enough to be able to, and mature enough, and and I don't mean maturity as in immature. I mean just that their body is mature enough to handle the transition, okay? All right, so usually your child shifts to 1 nap starting between 12 and 1 p.m. in sync with the internal biological rhythms or his internal sleep clock. Don't jump the gun too early. Just because your friends' children are transitioning to 1 nap doesn't mean your child is ready. If you shift too soon, you risk an accumulation of sleep deficits, which can lead to more daytime meltdowns and night wakings. So just think about the things that may be happening already if you're trying this at even 13 or 14 months. They may not quite be ready yet. Yes, some other friends, maybe their babies are handling it. Maybe they're not great sleepers as it is, or maybe they get a good nap in all through the evening. Maybe your baby is waking up still through the night and does still require some of that sleep during the day, okay? Signs your child may be ready for 1 nap include that they consistently refuse 1 nap, but consistently means over several weeks, not just a day or 2 here and there. So 1 nap, usually the afternoon nap, becomes much shorter over a period of a few weeks and not, again, just occasionally. The timing changes for a nap. The otherwise predictable nap schedules start to go haywire with your child napping at different times and often too late in the day. So the advice is to transition slowly. The transition to 1 nap may take a few weeks, even more, and can become a challenge since your child is getting less sleep. But you can ease the transition with these following techniques. Cap the morning nap. Offer your child a morning nap at the usual time, somewhere around 9:30 in the morning. But cap that nap to 30 or 45 minutes. Continue to decrease the length of this nap by 15 minutes over a course of a couple of weeks. So maybe take the first week, shorten the nap. If they normally take a nap for an hour and a half, shorten it even to an hour. Then go down to the 45 minutes. Then go down to the 45 minutes. And just make this a gradual change so that it becomes more natural. This cat nap in the morning can help prevent your child from becoming too tired before it's time for the longer afternoon nap. So one thing you might find is that you're shortening this, and you will start to see that babies will start to show the signs that they're tired, obviously yawning, maybe being cranky. So it's probably a good idea to look at the schedule of which that, you'll get them outside in the morning, or you'll play, lots of games or songs, or do whatever you do with the babies throughout the morning. And then you will transition to lunchtime and then a nap time at about 12 o'clock. Okay, so aim to start that nap, that main nap of the day between 12 and 1 p.m. So you've already had lunch and you get them all washed up and ready to go and settled in for about 12 o'clock, let's say. So this time is in sync with his or her circadian rhythms. It makes it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. So if you have kept the morning nap, then the afternoon nap will hopefully be an hour or more. Once the morning nap is phased out completely after a couple of weeks, the one midday nap should last about 2 hours. So let's hope. Compensate for less daytime sleep with an earlier bedtime temporarily. So if daddy comes home around 6 o'clock and he, says, but I don't get a chance to spend any time with my son or my daughter, just remind them that this is temporary. And we just want to make sure that we naturally progress those, capping the morning, extending the nap, the afternoon nap, and getting them into bed when they're really tired early in the evening. But then it will start to go from early time to later time, so the dad will have time with the baby, but it's just a little transition time. Okay, and certainly they can have the baby all through the night if they want them. Okay, so this may mean that a 5:30 to 6 p.m. bedtime during the transition may be required. So once your child is successfully shifted to one nap, you can shift bedtime later again, so that it's about 4 to 4.5 hours after the end of the nap. So if baby slept until 3 p.m., then if you calculate that, bedtime would be about 7:30. So that's pretty good for dad still too. He can be a part of the whole bedtime routine thing. Okay, so transitions call for a change of daily routines. As I've mentioned, lunch, playtime, daddy's schedule with baby after dinner, those kinds of things. All of this is just a temporary change, so it won't last forever. Don't worry if your toddler doesn't switch to the new schedule immediately. The change is part of a natural growth process, which, like most of parenting, takes time, consistency, and patience. Don't give up. This is a huge process. This is even way more than just trying to get your baby to sleep longer through the evening. And sometimes we hear people saying, "Oh yeah, it only took 3 times for me to do this sleep training, and the baby got it, and they're sleeping through the night." This is so different from that. This is a whole shift in everything. So really, you just got to find it deep within you. Understand that this too shall pass, and that baby just needs you. To help support them and pacify them to get them to sleep. So it does take a lot of consistency through this, as well as toilet training, as well as learning to read, as well as learning to walk. Everything takes consistency, and you'll do it. We all have. It's great. And in the end, it's so beneficial, right? Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me and listening to this PowerPoint presentation on transitioning from 2 naps to 1. I hope you have the best day ever and enjoy that sunshine. Today is lovely. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.